try to holler at me on MySpace.
Oh my word!
But no, I'm too old for you anyway. You too old for me. 18 and over, 21 and under. That's how I like it.
Make a say. Make a say. Make a say.
What's going on, folks? Nothing better to do. I'm BlogXilla and you're watching the No Judgment Zone. Today I have a lovely guest with me. We actually go way back. The lovely Estelle is here.
Hey.
How's it going?
Pretty fantastic.
Do you remember how we met?
No.
You don't remember how we met?
Never.
Oh.
Go and tell me.
Estelle, like,
He tells me this every time we catch up. By the way, every time I see him, he tells me the story.
Yeah.
About how we met.
On MySpace.
On MySpace.
Yeah.
Every time.
She tried to holler at me on MySpace.
Oh my word! All right, okay, I'm gonna let him have this.
You tried to holler at me on MySpace?
I tried to holler at him on MySpace.
You don't remember that?
No.
We used to be on Hotmail chat, or the MSN chat.
Apparently.
Talking and everything. And now
That's what happened.
Came to the States and curved me.
What?
Curved me like a Nolan Ryan. So your new record is so sexual and just hot. You got fat people in there making love and everything.
I had full-figured people in there making love.
Right.
No, you know
belly
what?
was just out.
I ain't playing with you. I ain't playing with you. Of course that belly was out. She gonna be making love in clothes? Like, what the hell?
I'm just saying, this is a lot.
Nah, you know what? The whole thing was meant to be just about real people. I hate these videos where, you know, you hear the song, you think Grace Jones, you think real stylized, you think everything wrapped up and everything super fierce, right? And then I was like, you know, I thought, nah, like, not everyone can relate to that. You know, not everyone lives in that space or in that world, and not everyone has money or time to be doing selfies, you know, airbrushed and shit, for want of a better, you know,
a whole
phrase.
bunch of apps for that.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of, no one has time for that anymore. Like, let's get back to real life, let's get back to what we actually look like in real life, and let's get back to being human. And the song to me is more primal than it is aggressively sexual. You know, it's more like a human instinct to have sex or to want to be felt or touched or, you know, feel people. So that's what that was. I was like, let's do something that is real life.
I love the beginning of it. We have the couples in there explaining how they met.
Yeah.
Are they real couples? Did you like, yo?
Some of them weren't, and some of them apparently knew each other from before. You know, they were all casted, but we had people. Some of them knew each other, and they brought their friends to do it with them instead of it being specific couples. I wanted it, like I said, to just be real and be the moment of passion and seeing exactly what was happening versus, okay, now, you know, do this because this is what it's, you know, and turn to the left and we're gonna film you from this angle and tuck your tit in. You know, it was like, your tits fly.
Yeah.
Move. You know, I think I was the most prude of everyone on set because obviously it's me, and I'm like, I don't want all these strangers looking at me naked. It's gonna be on film. But, you know, it's a strange oxymoron as artists have. But it was, you know, I was the most, you know, prude. I was the most prudish person there.
Well, speaking of prude, do you find yourself more sexual now in the bedroom?
Yeah, I'm mid-30s and I'm a woman. That's our sexual prime.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So you just like,
Yeah, more than I was in my 20s. In my 20s, I was more like, this is how I go fit fat bits.
Like you were when we met. How did you change from your earlier stuff to now? Because it's been a while since we got a project from you, right?
3 years.
Yeah, so how have you changed from now to then?
Grew up more.
Yeah.
I say in between every album, I grew up more. The aim is to grow. The aim is to evolve. The aim is to write something that you're proud of that in that moment and in that space. And this is what I did. I went and I lived. I was regular in my head. I was on the road touring and doing it. When I was home, I was cooking, I was chilling. I felt like I created a home, you know, and a hub for myself wherever I was.
Yeah.
And you don't get to do that. This is from the perspective of somebody whose life goes from 0 to 20 at any given moment of any day. So, you know, this is not the regular, well, I have my routines. I don't have any routines. I have whatever I'm told to do that day or I have. So I had to go and create my routines and do my thing. So you grow, you figure who you are out, and it's been fun. It's been an in-between ride. It's been a ride.
Now, over those 3 years, you sort of went through like a breakup. This is the in-between to where, okay, I'm not as hurt as I was before, but I'm not good yet.
Well, not even that I'm not good yet. I am good. It's more like, okay, now I'm good. What happens?
Yeah.
You know, like, do I just jump into another relationship, or do I live, or do I try and figure me out more? Do I try and become better now I'm good? You know, and this is the part I'm writing about. A lot more people spend a lot more space in this time. Let's put more time in this space of their lives than they spend in relationships or breaking up.
How has your time been here in America? I remember when you first came here to New York. How was that time? How's that experience been from American boy to now?
It's been, you know, it's been a stark growth period. I want to say, I came over and I was very clear as to who I was. I was the most concentrated I've ever been as a human being when I came here. I was extremely clear, you know, and don't tell me nothing. You know, I'm not listening to a single thing you say about who I'm supposed to be. You know, and not that I've taken any of that away from me. I'm very clear, you know, I'm still clear who I am, but life happens, you know, and all of a sudden things aren't black and white. Sometimes they're a bit more gray, sometimes they're a bit more light gray, sometimes they're darker black, you know, darker gray than they are light. It's not just so black and white anymore. I grew up, you get to meet people from different types of different backgrounds with really crazy stories. New York is one of the most, it's different in New York compared to anywhere else in the world. I don't want to hear it. I'm from London, we're the closest to New York, so you know, I thought I was coming with something, and then I came here and I was like, well, goddamn, like, you know, like, well, wow, you know. So to me, you grow a lot, you learn to tolerate a lot, you learn a lot.
So speaking of growing up a lot, I know, like, so you came to America and you sort of felt like, well, maybe I'm paraphrasing that, sort of like the British UK scene sort of like not turn their back on you, but maybe let you down a little bit.
Well, nah, not the scene more than the industry. The scene had my back 1,000%. There's no way I could have gone #1 in London and #1 around the world had I not done that in London first. If the scene hadn't had my back. Now the scene had my back. They still got my back now. You know, they love me. But you know, the industry was like, I hit a glass ceiling. I hit that ceiling. I was like, well, you've done your 2 hits and you had your 1 album. Now go and do what every other black artist does. And I was like, which is what? Oh, hell no. No. Putting too much work. My life feels, no, you know, and so I took it here. You do interviews and whatnot, and you say that, and it turns into, the scene turned their back on me, and I was like, oh, you're missing the wording. The industry did a whole number. You know, and then they eventually came back around and respected it. And that was my point. When I went home after, you know, during promo for American Boy, I was like, I don't care if you like me, but respect what I'm doing for the culture and for the industry over here. Because if I'm not here saying and being and just physically being, there's not a lot of other black artists that get that shot, get that chance to do what they love without feeling like they have to change their style or do something they don't even like.
This is 1980s, one of your first songs. She was rapping. Grew up in the 1980s in a 4-bedroom house. My family, my grandma, 3
or 4 aunties.
You didn't say it like that though.
I did.
You said like aunt. You said it like
3 or 4 aunties.
Yeah, aunties. Uncles, brothers.
We don't say T's. In the middle of words, we don't say T's.
At certain times there was no heat. Those are all true lyrics. Explain that time, like you come home in the winter and the heat's off. What was that like?
It's brokenness. It's what we call brokenness around the world.
Did you put the stove on?
Straight down. Stove was on. We had, I remember when we were younger growing up, we had the 50 pence meters or the money meters where you had to put the money in, and if it ran out and you had a jar of money by the meter, we had that. That's the super old school, like the old houses. You know, in the UK, we had those money meters, and as you go up, you know, if you ran out of money, you had a key thing. You had to go put money on the key, and if that ran out and the emergency money ran out, which it frequently did, because you know, man, hope for it, to go down the street, it's cold, go get that, hold the money machine down the street, it's working. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth, but I did good, and I stayed out of the hood, and that's always the aspiration for me. And people say, you don't look like you from the hood, you know. I'm like, nah, no one wants to look like they're from the hood. I'm sorry. I don't want to stay there. No one who I know who's been there wants to stay there. I don't know anyone. So when you do better, you get a chance to do better. You try and maintain that. You know, I know what it is. I know what it's like. I don't wish it on anyone. It's not that bad, but you know, when you're going through it. But when you look to what you can do, what you can become, I always tell people, push, go further, try it.
I know there were some comments that you made way back in the day. I'm still back in the day. I'm gonna come with current.
All right.
About what's her name? Adele and Duffy. How do you feel about her? Because I'm gonna tell you how I feel.
Okay, go tell me how you feel.
I think she's a little overrated. Now I think she's talented, she can sing, but I wasn't a fan of her album. And that year when her album dropped, she won all those awards. It was like, she's okay. I kind of feel like Isaiah Thomas when there was like, if she was a black artist, she'd just be a regular artist.
Get it.
That's what I'm going on record to say that, so you could hurt me. But what do you feel? How do you feel?
I think, all right, so let me preface this with give every artist their props. The girl can sing.
She can sing her ass off.
The girl can sing.
Yes.
What my comment was, and they, you know, and they take it and make it into whatever headlines they mean, was I don't think of her and think of Aretha. So to me, that's not soul, but she does great folk music. You know, like to me, that's like that. Just a great songwriter, a great singer. I don't resonate that with soul. So don't sell that to me as soul and tell me I have to co-sign or endorse it. You know, I think she's great. Like, I've never taken anything away. I've been in spaces where I've had to stand directly opposite her, and I don't hate her, I don't want to grill her, I don't want to fight her. Like, that's another girl. Like, first of all, it's hard enough for us all out here, you know, but it was very, you know, and the question in one was very like pointed, and you know, they take their line, so I don't feed into it that much anymore, get in on it. I just think, man, get yours, you're great. I just don't think you're Aretha to me, because that's not what Aretha looks like to me in my head.
Fast forward, flash up to this new album, getting ready to come out sometime in September, maybe?
It comes out in September.
What can we expect from it? Who can we expect to hear on this album?
This is like the, how do I put it? This is the real part, like I said, that we live in more than we don't, you know, of real love. I always rap about my love life because this is a consistent thing. I'm trying to get it right. I'm trying to get me right. I'm trying to get that right. It's hard work. Shit is hard. Anyone who's in it or tries to be in it in a very real way, not in a fairy tale way, will attest it's hard work. I split it up into 4 categories: the passion, the bullshit, the courage, and true romance. Because you're gonna go through passion, bullshit, and courage to get to true romance, and that's the name of the album. It feels good. We got Justice League produced on it. Shakespeare from Bills back in the day with Candy and them, and Destiny's Child, and you know, he did some awesome music. He's really come back, and it feels so good with him right now. So this is an R&B album? No, not necessarily. No? This is just, I don't know how to do R&B. I don't know whether it's called. I'm a weirdo. I just do what makes me feel good. I wake up one morning, I want to do what? I wake up next morning, I want to do like indie rock. Next day, I want to do R&B. Next day, I want to do reggae. I'm a strange person. But no, I'm too old for you anyway. You too old for me. Wow. Cause we. How you gonna say I'm too? Now I'm gonna get offended. I ain't too old. No. You don't date guys your age. Right. I don't date women my age. I like them 18 and over. I'm too young. 21 and under. What? I'm too young for this shit. 18 and over, 21 and under. That's how I like them. This is the age gap. Like right here. Right there. Right here. But you know, because younger guys have the intensity or the aggressiveness. Because I know you guys were talking about it on Hot 97. Yeah. That's, you know, it's a little off. It's a weird one. I think for me, younger guys are less reverent, you know, and less scared and less jaded and less, oh well, I've been through this, so she's gonna be that. You know, I will save that. But you know what? Then you get older guys in the same space. You can't tell. It's just like who they've been, where they've been, their past lifetimes. Right. You know, after a certain age. Tell me some more about the album. Like we know who's gonna produce it. Yeah. We're not gonna get a Kanye song on here. Probably not. Look, can you still call Kanye? Can you still reach out to your Kanye? What's good? I'm still cool with Yeezy. Does he respond to your text messages? You know what? Last time I saw him actually was at the Pusha T album, and I saw him and I walked up. I was like, "Hey, Dad," and he was like, "Hey, you know, we're cool. We're still family." He's like, him, John, those guys to me were the coolest people ever. Like I don't care what no one says. I'll never forget, and I always feel warm, you know, about what they did for me, just period, or even just housing me or being around me when I came out here. It was such a great thing for me, or just a nice thing for me to be able to walk in with that level and that level of guy, man, and manliness, you know, just off the rip. And then just the level of work and the amount of attention to detail that they taught me, you know, with my own vocal, with other writers, and you know, don't go in the studio BSing, and you know, the stuff I learned from them, invaluable. You're also doing a line of scarves. Yeah, I have a line of scarves. Everyone knows I wear my head wraps a lot. So I started a line of scarves called Soiree, Scarves by Soiree. It's on soiree.me. It's real clean and simple and something you can wear from work to training to whatever, just to wrap your hair up and look decent, you know, because everyone that has scarves out has all these crazy patterns and it's associated with old folk, and you know, and I'm kind of like, I wear them all the time. I don't think I'm grown that much, you know. So I started my own line with me and my partner, and we get cracking. So I want to thank you for stopping by. Thank you for having me. You know we're gonna do on the show next week though? What? We're gonna put a giraffe in the scorpion deathlock and then film it for Vine. It's gonna be fun. Wait, what? What's happening? This is Estelle, and you are watching Global Grind TV. Face Story. What's your favorite strip club moment in Atlanta?
My favorite strip club moment is Magic City. Pensabas que no te olvidar, encerrada en mis recuerdos, llorándote de lejos y